Hey, it's Quidabble here, and we're doing a Lord of the Rings War video. Um, I already made a suggestion to him, but it's a little frustrating. It's like you got to spend money, to make progression really fast. But um, these are your tavern tips, and it just feels because I don't have a commander who's an orc. It just feels like I'm being set up to where I have to spend money. Oh, hey, there's one I can do. That's positive. So one out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One out of 6. And this one that I'm dispatching is going to be nothing but, boo. So 1 out of 6. I can't even do it. You know what I'm saying? So like I can send someone for this and they can go off and do their thing. I can spend an hour. Let's see, I'll give the XP to this guy. But just a slight complaint. I can't 1 out of 6. That's 2 days, worth of stuff that I've lost basically. Anyways, so what I wanted to really talk about was, as you can see, I got 1.6 million gold and 10,000 gems. And it's like, okay, what would I spend my stuff on? And I have to admit, there you go. So I just did this. This was the final journey. I guess you guys get to see it. That's pretty cool. I get 10 spots. These are what I'm really interested in. So, and these will help too. Everything helps. Sermon has a word for you to go to Karn Doom. And I guess you're going to watch me go through this. So, we're going to command the most elite soldiers in Angmar. You get 150 fallen soldiers. Nice. So that's nice. We know the whereabouts of the One Ring. Well, there you go. Main task complete. I think it took me 15 days to get this done. Maybe. Well, I'll tell you the truth about that. If you come back over here and you look at your Book of Westmark, this was not hard. I had to reset twice, and I spread over 2 days. So you figure 18. It took me less than 3 weeks to beat the whole thing of the campaign side of it. But with that being said, and I did get those 150 troops. That's not too bad. I enjoyed that. So what I was going to do is tell you what I'm going to spend my gold on. So I'm going to spend some gold right now. And I guess the best way to do it would be to go into this and look at my armies. And I've got these fallen. So yeah, really nice. I'm gonna level these up. That's what I'm gonna do. So how do we do that? How do we level stuff up? I'm learning. Doesn't look like you can level it up here. So maybe in the barracks itself. These fallen troops. Here we go. So if I do this, my damage received will be minus 2%, so it looks like I'll take 10% less damage all over. And then here, Spite stacks up to 10. Self-damage increases by 0.06%. So maybe 6% overall. But it's going to take me 1,000 gold, so let's just see how fast this goes. Then it's 3,000. Then it's 6,000. Then it's 12, 24, 36, 54, 80, and 110. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Now what I'm interested in is are these upgrades here. only for these troops, or I think I have some mounted troops over here that I actually use pretty well. Yeah, so see, this is mounted. Yeah, each upgrade is going to be, so it's about 250,000 it looked like, just with some quick math. Maybe, I don't know, let's go see. So I had 1,600,000 and now I have 1,000,000. So each one took approximately 300,000 gold. So that's the first troop that I was going to increase. I'm looking at these mountain trolls. I'm going to possibly do something with them. These guys I'm very interested in. Perform 66% chance of performing 2 normal attacks, and then attacks deal an additional 2% poison damage. So yeah, I'm gonna. So I guess right now they deal 2%. So I'm taking these guys. This is another troop that I'm highly interested in. Yeah, you can see my gold's just disappearing as fast as I can make it now. So this gave me an archer way up at the top. And then my last troop that I will just throw stuff into is I have to choose a Urukai. So this alchemist is Urukai. And I think these berserkers are Urukai. So I'm going to choose one or the other, and I'm going to spend all my gold on upgrading these. So this will give me top level champions. I don't have any berserkers yet, but I know I'm going to do it. So what I'll do, this is only one, so I'm going to definitely do him. That'll give me Urukai. So yeah, that just kind of wiped me completely out. And then I have these berserkers. So I'll just take these up 1, 2 at a time, and then 1, 2 at a time. So I'll take that 6, I'll take that one up 6, and then I'm out. So, and then the last troop that I'm waiting for, I have to make, is dragoons, and they're the upgraded version of these marauders. So, and the reason I chose all this, and I'll share that information for you. So when you step out to your commanders, now I've finished the red book, and I've finished the other like levels and stuff that you have to do, the 20 levels of this scroll thing. So I'm done with the main task. So the other thing that helped me make my decision was you get an artifact in the red book for, I think, for beating stage 17. And then for stage 18, you get a weapon. It'll be different for if you're the good guys or the bad guys, or whoever your starting champion is. I don't know how they pick that stuff. These were the ones that I got, and then this one you can see my army speed for Urukai, and then I made him my Urukai champion basically, and then I think this my army melee defense and my allied melee units. So I'm going to throw in some Urukai archers. I think they're called snipers. They look pretty cool, but I still haven't made them yet. And they'll be ones where I spend my gold also. And then on this one, the allied commander burn damage dealt is 2%, and this guy is nothing but fire. So that's kind of my choices from him. And then I don't know, if I would have chose an orc commander to put my efforts into, I wouldn't be having the issue with the tavern tips. But I am so glad that I got Grima. He has 219 skill points, and I haven't been able to level him up to get to his third ability. But this one right here, where he can inflict madness on the commander to damage his own troops and lose 50 focus, plus the target's might goes down by 50 because I maxed it out. And then he had another one, so if they're subject to madness, they take an extra 40% of damage, and 2 enemy targets. So if I'm attacking, whoever I'm attacking that's not the commander, he inflicts madness, and they can attack enemies and allies alike, so they can actually damage themselves out. So he ended up being a really good champion. And then I was sitting here holding on to my points, but then the reset only costs 20 points to reset. So I'm like, well, why am I holding on to this many points? I had literally 17 points just sitting here thinking I couldn't do anything with it. But to spend 20 jewels or gems to get these back, I'll take all these and put them in over here. When he goes up, he's got this 4 rounds. The allied units receive minus 2% damage. So if it goes up 2% for 15, that could be an additional 30% damage received after the 4th round. So the first 2 rounds, the first round, he inflicts madness, and then, 2 enemy targets inflict madness. So the first 1 or 2 rounds, he can do that, and then over here, after the 4th round, all the people on the team. So this guy also, if you look at his stats, I put ranged equipment on him. So then he only has my arbalists, those ones that I raised up with all those skill points I just put in. So this guy's army is going to be massive. So he's got great speed, great intelligence, and then all allies receive minus 10%. The overall army defense, and these are just level 1 items. I haven't been able to. And this one, the commander gets a plus 12 for focus, which helps him. And remember, focus. Hold on a second. So army speed for ranged army. So if I keep them just ranged people, they go faster. And then just to finish it off, his focus was up 6. The army attack. So as soon as this gets to 100%, he'll get this. It's either 1 or 2 points. And then the allies range damage dealt plus 1.5%. So you can just see all these things keep snowballing. And then over here, remember, intellect reduces the damage received by the commander's army during battle. So his being 214 compared to, say, his 72 and his 95. You can just see how that kind of snowballs. And then this guy got evil men and mounted units. So I am using the mounted evil men dragoon units and the mounted evil men fallen units. Plus, I'm getting evil men allied units. So you can see all these things are kind of working together to help my team. So for me to go back and then select, when you look at the troops, when you look at these troops, these guys are evil men and they're mounted units. So, and then his damage received is less than 10% because these guys are just going to be phenomenal. But the last piece I need to make this team really possible is to get the dragoons. And the reason I want the dragoons, I can show you. You got to go to your build screen. A lot of jumping around here. The dragoons are... Where are the dragoons? Here they are. Here's the marauders, evil men mounted, and then here's the dragoons. And these are cavalry units, so they're going to be nice and fast, 122 speed. And then they're going to get that damage received from ranged units. So then they'll be able to run up and hit the ranged units, and then of course they'll get that 10% once I have another 2 or 3 million gold. So I saved my gold until I got the top tier champions for my attacking. And then another unit that you really need to pick, and not everybody has the best quote unquote champions for this, but if you look at these mountain trolls, their siege damage is 500 per, and there's 4 units per command. So you can see that just one command unit can do 2,000 points of damage. Whereas a lot of times, I think if you have the dwarves, they do like 21 points. So it ends up being about 10,000 points of damage if you have a full 50 command units. And then if you have the ram riders for the dwarves, they only do about 6,500 if you have a full 50 command units. So it's 4 units per command, and you times it by 50, and then you times it by 500, and then you get some math, and you have some fun with that. But I just wanted to show you today what I would spend my gold on, which I did spend my gold on. And you can see my gold levy, I've got up to about 16,000. So I got $1.5 million gold plus all the other little places where you get gold. I got $1.5 million gold in 21 days, and I saved it up for when I got my level 3 units. So now when I go out and do some battling, it's going to be a lot different, and we'll be able to attack. And now I can go up to 96 on my units. I'm about to on my ring. I'm level 88, almost 89. Again, less than 21 days to get this stuff done. You just got to play 1 to 2 hours in the morning and in the afternoon. It's really not that hard. And then dominance, I'll get another 10 units here once I get about another 250,000 ring power. So sometime tomorrow I'll probably get that next level and go up another 10 units for territory limits. So I'll be over 200 territories. I'll make another video in the future. I figured out how to take over Springs, and I only have 3 armies. And you saw the commander's levels, and I didn't have any troops upgraded till today. But if you are going to take over like Springs, fortresses, enemy whatevers, when they have this siege power up here, you need a siege unit. So what I do is I swap my troops out. So when you take over here, I'll go show you one that I did take over, and it took a full hour probably once I was all ready. Mysterious Springs, there you go. So you got this Mysterious Springs that I took over, and the first occupation reward I think was 1,500 gold or 3,000 gold. So really it's not that big of a deal to me, but at the same time, you know, gold's gold, it's useful, it's an upgrade. And it gives you, there's no real benefit other than it gives you 250 an hour power. So I didn't really think. Now I'm not sure, it might also be that your the warband gets the same 250 points. So it could be across the board your entire warband is getting an extra 250 points, but I don't know. But I'll find another Mysterious Springs, or I'll find something that I need to take over that you have to have siege power. Another thing that you have to have siege power for are these against forts. There was one over here. Here it is. So these are like free forts, and you just siege them. You have to defeat the armies first. 2 level 25 armies isn't that big of a deal, but then you have to siege them, and I didn't know that. And I was just sending my troops, and I'm like, why aren't I winning this? And I'd sent 2 or 3 extra attacks after defeating the armies, and I didn't realize that you had to take down this siege power if you want to take full control over it. So, but after you get it, you can place 5 people there, and if you have a normal fort, you can only place 2 to begin with. So this is nice. If you find the right one, you can place 5 units there. So it's like level 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably like level 4 already to begin with. Well, that's enough information on this first one. Hope this was useful. I'm enjoying playing the game. I didn't really care for my tavern tips getting messed up. So when you choose your champions, if you just so happen to be just starting out and you're over here, oh man, these champions look good, and this is that, and that is this. Well, this guy's an evil man. So if you look at their stats, they're evil men, and you're going to need one of every type. So there's like evil men, orcs, and urukai, at least from what I've found. So here's another evil man, even though it's a woman. I was choosing to go with her, and you have to look at the warrior and make sure you're not getting a whole bunch of just warriors too when you're picking them. So my next guys, you can see I can't get those skill points. I can only go up by these items, and I'm kind of saving the end of it. But he's an orc, but he's also a leader. So when he hits level 20, he gets a command effect of extra 5 command. He can command an extra 5 units because he's a leader. That's what his skill is once you open him up to level 20. And then this was the other orc you could choose. That's Warbag, sorry. Same one. But you can see this guy's running off of like meat bones. and then I guess it's Sagrat is the other one. He's also running off that. So you got to kind of choose one. Don't put all your eggs in a basket. And these are coming from tavern tips. You get these points from tavern tips, and that's why I'm frustrated again about that other thing. But anyways, this video has been way too long. But I hope that's helpful on you where you're going to choose your gold. Don't put any gold into your level 1, 2, 1s and 2s, because you're not going to go back and use them. And if you spend 300,000 gold on a level 1 troop, you got to make sure you're going to want it for sure. So hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one.